Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I am going to be playing this YouTube video as I'm playing on my 100 days video. So let's go ahead and go into it.
I'm going to try to survive 100 days in Create Mod Minecraft. Not only do I just want to survive, but I also want to thrive by transforming a lush cave
I'll also be eating, so sorry.
into a Minecraft engineer's paradise. If you enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like and consider subscribing. I started off strong on day 1 by spawning into a taiga biome, completely surrounded by ice and snow, and devoid of pretty much any and all joy. Regardless, time was of the essence, so I did what thousands of Minecrafters before me have done, and gathered some wood and stone and made some basic tools. I lucked out and managed to find sheep right away. Clearly, these sheep were taking pity on me, knowing I had never played hardcore before and didn't want me to have to be up all night fighting for my life, or more realistically, just dying. I made sure to pay back their kindness by killing them and sleeping in their skin. As the sun rose on day 2, I decided I would explore the new 1.18 caves for mining and ran around trying to find something slightly better than just a small divot in the ground with some coal in it. I stumbled across a ruined portal and got 2 different gold pickaxes, and one even had silk touch. I would definitely make use of this in the future and not just hold on to it and throw it away sometime down the road. Eventually, I found a suitable cave and had to take on my first mobs, but managed to dispatch them with ease. After some initial mining, I was able to gear myself up with iron and was ready to explore.
Dude, so apparently Cash App has debit cards now. I don't even know if I should get one though. I already have so many debit cards.
Wait, really? What does the card even do?
It's mostly like a normal debit card, I think, but it lets you get instant discounts on purchases.
Can't
10% off at the grocery store with this.
It's night.
You can even get Bitcoin back on certain
Day
purchases,
1.
apparently. Wait,
I'll turn my brightness up for those of you that can't see.
I just really hate how much the debit cards I have right now are
Oh, I need to adjust to this because I can't see.
Do it. Thinking a dragon would be epic.
Alright, let's get started. Personalize.
Let's draw the smiley face here.
Bro, what is that?
Draw the little
What is
face
that?
with the rest of the body.
Bro, this looks nothing like a dragon.
Hey, doesn't have to be perfect to look epic.
Alrighty, order, and that should be it.
There we go. Jeez.
Dude, I just got a boost where I got 2% back in Bitcoin. This card is insane.
To be in a position to support the elevation of other trans voices is so important to me and to the work that I
Here we go.
want to do. Hi.
God, I can barely see.
Oh my God, look at you. I love, live, breathe, honoring the power of being trans.
This is still day 1,
We
by
have
the way.
gathered here young folks who also are living that every day. And I just think in a time when we have like all of these
I'm
conversations,
just
we don't
gonna sit
actually
here and
hear
wait.
from young trans
They
folks.
wanna
So
fight
today
for
we're
my
going to cut through all of that and hear directly from the source. Over the last year, we have seen an unprecedented amount of anti-transgender legislation introduced across the country, particularly targeting youth. In the interest of centering their voices, we have created a space to hear directly from young trans and non-binary folks about what brings them joy.
My trans joy is creating celebratory representations of members in my community.
What obstacles stand in their way,
anyone telling your story for you and then telling it wrong. How do you contend with it?
and what we can do to fight for their future.
In every culture, trans kids will keep coming
This
out.
is gonna
Will they be
suck.
supported or will they be harmed?
Actually, I have my crafting
I'm
paper.
Raquel
No, I
Williams,
do not have my
and
crafting
this is
paper.
Logos' first ever Trans Youth Town Hall. I mean, what does it feel like to kind of have people who are not you constantly talking about your experience?
It's aggravating.
I just get very frustrated. It's a little scary. A lot of legislation that's being put into place is really affecting us.
It's hard because they just don't get it.
It's infuriating because it leads directly towards violence.
It's frustrating, right? Like, a lot of times when adults are having these conversations without us in the room, they miss all the nuance that makes our experiences so beautiful.
It makes us real.
Yeah.
There we
puts
go,
something
I can
in front of your eyes
see.
for you to see it. You're seeing someone living their life as a trans person.
That's why I think it's so important for trans people to speak out like this. When we do that, that's how we're
She's
seeing
not gonna hurt you. Sorry, I have cats in my room, so.
For this special, I had the opportunity to speak with some amazing trans and non-binary youth about trans joy and what is standing in the way.
On day 3, I entered the cave and started
Sorry, it was
descending
taking
into
forever.
it with high hopes of all the shiny resources I'd be able to fill my inventory with. Surprisingly, I found very little iron while caving, but did manage to actually stumble across some diamonds. This just further bolstered my already high hopes of bountiful resources,
Oh my gosh, I just had to
making
do
them
this
even
video.
higher. This would
Sorry.
be perfect for when reality came along and would eventually shove my high hopes off an even higher cliff. I finished off the day down in the caves after finding an abandoned mine shaft. Day 4 was dedicated to clearing out the abandoned mine shaft as best I could. I found multiple chests which contained golden apples, name tags, and even melon seeds. I would definitely use all of these things at some point in the future. I found diamonds lining the walls of the mine shaft and even came across a mob spawner. Thankfully, the mob spawner saw me as so bad at Minecraft that I wasn't even considered a threat, and it didn't even spawn any mobs. Little did it know that even a bad Minecraft player can place a couple torches and disable it. While exploring, I also came across 2 different cave spider spawners,
I
but
put everything
decided to
up,
leave them
and you
be.
were
By the
asleep.
end of the day, I had nearly 20 diamonds to my name. Day 4 rolled into day 5 as I continued clearing the abandoned mine shaft and tried my best to trace back my steps to get to the surface. I made sure to grab plenty of andesite before I left the cave because we were playing with Create after all, and everyone that knows Create minus andesite equals pain. That is the math lesson for the day. I managed to make it out of the cave and realized I had left my bed at the surface because it blended in so well with the snow. Now that I had an inventory full of loot, day 6 would mark the start of my search for a lush cave so I could find a proper place to actually set up shop. As much as I enjoyed being a hobo, I felt like I'd never be able to properly train hop like one due to my bad knee injury, so I'd be much better as just a hermit living in a cave somewhere underground. I used my extremely poor vision to scan around for an azalea tree, marking that there was some form of lush cave underground. Day 7 continued the search for the mysterious and quite possibly fake azalea tree, but almost immediately my fears were laid to rest as I stumbled across the beautiful, magnificent, perfect, and majestic azalea tree sitting in front of me. My search was finally over, assuming the cave below it wasn't total garbage. I figured I should go explore the cave behind the tree just in case it led down to the lush cave system, but that ended up being a total bust. I took a new approach on day 8 and 9 and just dug straight down right below the azalea tree, past the rooted dirt, to try to break into whatever lush cave was going to be below it. Eventually, I broke into the lush cave and spent a while exploring, still hoping to find an enormous open cavern perfect for building. Sadly, all I came across were valuable resources, but no large cavern. I was devastated and quite honestly may never trust a stupid azalea tree ever again. Just before giving up hope though, I noticed a large cavern on my mini-map nearby. I was set on making it to the large cave, so on day 10 I dug straight towards it and found an amazing lush cave. It was everything I had been looking for. Sadly, the cave had tons of mobs in it that needed to be dealt with. Even though I had hit double-digit days, I still wasn't ready to die, so I very slowly cleared out the mobs and lit up the cave throughout days 10 and 11. After clearly underestimating the amount of wood that I would need, I had to head back to the surface on day 12 so I could make more torches. After starting my journey to the surface, my pickaxe broke and I had a minor panic attack. I was trapped in a cave with no way out and way too many mobs. What could go wrong? Thankfully, my big brain Minecraft pro strategy of killing skeletons to get bone meal and then grow an azalea tree from a bush worked perfectly. I truly was amazing. Over the next 2 days, I set up base in a safe corner of the cave and made myself a diamond pickaxe and what gear I could manage. I laid my iron gear to rest in a chest. It had served me well, but was a completely worthless piece of crap now that I wanted nothing to do with. I finished making my tunnel to the surface, only to find out I tunneled into a frozen river, but rather than mine straight to avoid the river, then come up, I spent the rest of the day clearing a path up in the water because I have Minecraft OCD and couldn't manage anything else. I started out day 15 gathering wood so I could start building and continue lighting up the cave. I went back down and set up a basic storage area and tried my best to make it look nice. I also decided to include an area for furnaces, a crafting table, and even a stone cutter. It only took 15 days, but I finally had a little corner of the world just for myself to call home. Now that I had the basics taken care of, day 16 marked the true start of my create journey. I set up a mechanical press and powered it with 2 water wheels so that I could start making metal sheets that were going to be needed for pretty much all future crafts. And yes, I made sure to put a depot under the press so that I wasn't throwing my items on the ground to be pressed like some peasant. Now that I had the ability to make metal sheets, I also set up a mechanical mixer, placed it over a basin, and powered it with the same water wheels I had just used. Once all the machines were down, I made sure the area still looked nice because any man can make a press and a mixer, but a true artist makes it look beautiful too. After all that hard engineering work, I spent the next few days lighting up the cave more and fighting off mobs so that I could make my way down to the lava lake below and eventually collect some obsidian. While making my way around the cave, I also started to collect some of the ores showing on the walls, but decided to leave most of it eventually because I liked how it looked. I was indeed a total Chad, flexing my wealth and leaving visible ores just as decorations. As
You're just 3 steps away from earning rewards for playing games. 1. Download this play. Play your game from the app. 2. Install your favorite game and play. The more you play, the more you rack up points. Once you racked up enough points, just head on over to the shop and redeem any gift card available to you. You don't even have to research new games. Misplay has all the top games right here, just for you. Think of it as your own personal game curator, where you also earn. Makes sense to me.
Alright guys, that is going to be the end of this video, and I hope you guys have had a wonderful time, and let me know in the comment section down below what I should do next, and what is your favorite food in the game. That's going to be it for now, and have a nice day!